Hello everyone, welcome to CNA, the daily newspaper analysis. So today we are back with the following list of topics to discuss. So let's start. The first topic says about the Constitution and Supreme Court's relation. So recently what we have seen that under Constitution, law declared by Supreme Court is binding on all. Okay, so this is what the Apex Court has been trying to convey to the government and high constitutional authorities like Vice President in its oral observation and orders. So recently we have seen that this conflict is very much of ancient. ऐसा नहीं है कि ये जो आज conflict है between judiciary as well as executive is very much of old. Okay, so we have seen that in the recent times, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar ji questioned the landmark 1973 Keshavan and Bharati case verdict that gave the basic structure doctrine, and saying it set a bad precedent. And if any authority questions parliament power to amend the constitution, it would be difficult to say we are a democratic nation. तो ये रिसेंटली हम लोग के जो वाइस प्रेसिडेंट है एज वेल एज द एक्स ऑफिशियल चेयरमैन ऑफ राज्यसभा जगदीप धनखड़ जी तो रिसेंटली अभी सिलेक्ट होके आए हैं, तो वहां पे ये वाइस प्रेसिडेंट के द्वारा ये टिप्पणी किया गया है. ठीक है, सो देयरफॉर नाउ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज डायरेक्टली रिप्लाइंग टू द स्टेटमेंट गिवन बाय आवर वाइस प्रेसिडेंट. So Vice President's public criticism of the NJAC, which is National Judicial Appointment Commission, may be seen as comments by a high constitutional authority against the law of the land. Okay, so that is, as long as NJAC judgment which upholds the collegium system of judicial appointments exists, the court is bound to comply with the verdict. So the parliament is free to bring a new law on judicial appointments, possibly through a constitutional amendment, but that too would be subjected to judicial review. तो यहाँ पे जिक्र किया गया है आर्टिकल 141 के तहत. So आर्टिकल 141 क्या होता है? It provides that the law declared by the Supreme Court shall be binding on all courts within the territory of India. And the law declared has to be construed as a principle of law that emanates from a judgment or an interruption or an interpretation of law. So this article forms the basis of doctrine or precedent in India. So now why has the vice president accused the judiciary of? तो judiciary को accuse किया है उन्होंने dilution of parliamentary sovereignty के तहत, कर्ब और legislature के तहत और disregard to the mandate of the people के तहत. तो इसी के बेसिस पे यहाँ पे जो डिस्कशन है अभी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के थ्रू सुप्रीम कोर्ट के द्वारा रिप्लाई आया है ऑन द स्टेटमेंट गिवन फॉरवर्ड बाय अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पोस्ट, बेसिकली द वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया. तो उसी के बेसिस पे ये डिस्कशन था. ओके, नेक्स्ट आते हैं shortfall of specialist doctors. So we can see about the shortage of doctors per capita in India, especially in rural areas. So India today has got only 10 lakh registered doctors to cater to around 1.3 billion citizens. While urban areas have 58% qualified doctors, in rural areas, the number is as low as 18.8%. There is one government doctor for every 10,189 people, according to वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. तो WHO के तहत recommend रेशियो क्या है? 1:1000. And this has hampered the healthcare delivery in India, especially in rural areas, leading to bad healthcare situation in our country. तो आज एक गवर्नमेंट डॉक्टर है किसमें? 10,000 पॉपुलेशन में. तो वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने बोला 1000 में रखो एक, लेकिन हम लोग का यहाँ पे सिचुएशन देखो क्या है. So what is the reason for the shortage of this doctor? Less intake. Okay, because of the fewer medical education institutions across India, lack of incentives. Okay, also emigration. Many of the doctors trained in India do not stay here due to better standard of lives given by the doctors in US, UK. Low healthcare spending. Indian government system spends only 1% of the GDP on health, and thus the healthcare system suffers from lack of staff, poor infrastructures, etc. And its impact on healthcare delivery in India. Also, because of this number of situations, the doctors are overburdened with duties. Okay, also there are various number of shortage of trained doctors which makes way for the quacks, which are the fake doctors. Okay, so therefore today we could see that यहाँ पे जो specialist doctor है आज, यहाँ पे 80% का shortfall है आज. So यहाँ पे देख सकते हो कि shortfall of more than 80% of the required surgeons and pediatricians in 6064 community health centers across the country. So ये situation आज रहा. So therefore, you could see about the shortage of the physicians, pediatricians, gynecologists, obstetricians, surgeons. तो देख सकते हो कितना ये हैम्पर किया है आज हम लोग का जो हेल्थ इंडस्ट्री है उसको. So that is the fundamental of this respective topic. Okay, चलो नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं ह्यूमन राइट्स वॉच रिपोर्ट. So recently, we have seen that the Human Rights Watch in its World Report of 2023, that is, it's the 33rd edition, said that Indian authorities have intensified and broadened their crackdown on activist groups and the media throughout the year of 2022. So it also claimed that the current central ruling party used abusive and discriminatory policies to repress minorities. Okay, so therefore, what is this Human Rights Watch? So it's an international non-governmental organization founded in 1978 as Helsinki Watch, initially aimed at investigating right abuses in countries that signed the Helsinki Accords. Okay, so this Helsinki Accords was a major diplomatic agreement signed in Helsinki, Finland, that's the capital, at the conclusion of the first conference on security and cooperation in Europe. So therefore ये आज डायरेक्टली सब गवर्नमेंट को ट्रेस करते हैं कि कैसे कहाँ पे प्रोविजंस अच्छा नहीं है, कैसे माइनॉरिटीज को ट्रीट करते हैं, कैसे ह्यूमन राइट्स वायलेशंस करते हैं, तो वो सब देखते हैं. तो अभी देखो यहाँ पे ये बेसिकली एक यूरोपियन जेस्चर है. ओके, तो ऑब्वियसली यहाँ पे जो ये लाइक हम लोग का जो ये यहाँ पे अभी लोगों के बीच में जो जागरूकता है बेसिकली विद रिस्पेक्टिव टू देयर रिलीजन, विद रिस्पेक्टिव टू देयर कास्ट, तो आज ये डिफरेंशिएट वो लोग ही करते हैं. तो ये बेसिकली हम लोग का इंडियन गवर्नमेंट आउटराइटली रिजेक्ट ही करेंगे. ठीक है, तो ये सब जितने भी पॉलिटिकली मोटिवेटेड क्रिमिनल चार्जेस, ये सब जितने भी बोले गया है इन लोग के द्वारा, तो ये टोटली इट्स नॉट समथिंग विच इज वेरी मच एक्सेप्टेड इन आवर कंट्री. तो हम लोग जानते हैं कि हम लोग किस पार्ट में आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, हम लोग कैसे डिप्लोमेटिकली हैंडल करते हैं. तो ये 712 पेज का रिपोर्ट बस बेकार में एक पेज खराब हुआ है, पेज का बर्बादी है, बाकी कुछ नहीं. ठीक है, बट यू शुड नो अबाउट द ह्यूमन राइट्स वॉच रिपोर्ट विच इज published or which is published by this respective organizations. Okay, so that we could see that under this human rights watch report currently under 100 countries are there और इसका हेडक्वार्टर है न्यूयॉर्क सिटी में. तो ये बेसिकली हम लोग की तरफ थोड़ा बायस ही रहते हैं, तो इसीलिए ये सब रिपोर्ट थोड़ा बहुत फेक होता है. ठीक है, चलो नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं. इंडियन स्कीमर. ओके, तो ये एक बेसिकली एक बर्ड है. So as per the Asian water bird census of 2023, which has been started recently, the Godavari estuary in Andhra Pradesh has become a prime and safe habitat for the Indian skimmer, जिसका नाम है Rhincompos albicollis. ओके, तो ये देख सकते हो बहुत प्यारा सा एक बर्ड है, ये देख सकते हो दिस वन. ओके, सो इसका आज कैटेगरी है एंडेंजर्ड में. ओके, सो therefore today we could see that this bird has got its famous. So around 250 Indian skimmers were sighted in the Koringa Wildlife Sanctuary. तो कोरिंगा वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी कहाँ पे है? So the government declared a part of the Godavari mangrove system as Koringa Wildlife Sanctuary in 1978 to rehabilitate the saltwater crocodile and to protect the other endangered species such as the olive ridley turtles as well as the Indian otter. ओके, तो उसी के बेसिस पे यहाँ पे सिंस देखा गया है. तो सिंस ये इंडियन स्कीमर बहुत ज्यादा न्यूज में है, तो देख लेना, पूछ दे सकते हैं इनका स्टेटस. ओके, किंगडम, फाइलम. ओके, यू कैन सी अबाउट द स्पेसिस नेम जो अभी भी मैंने बोला, इट्स Rhincops albicollis. Okay, so this is the respective area where you can see the skimmers in abundance. Okay, next पे आते हैं. Lastly, editorial, the matter about mind. तो यहाँ पे since mental health care week चल रहा है, तो इसीलिए mental health care के बारे में थोड़ा बोला गया है. How mental health is defined? It is a state of the well-being in which every individual realizes his or her own potential and can cope up with the normal stresses of life. So they can work productively and fruitfully and is able to make contribution to his or her community. So mental health is a basic human right and it is crucial to personal, community and socio-economic development. So what are the determinants of mental health? So determinants are basically, we could see that individual psychological and biological factors such as emotional skills, substance use and genetics. Also poverty, violence, inequality and environment deprivation, ये सब भी है एक से. Then for example, harsh parenting and physical punishment is also one of the cause. Bullying भी एक हो सकता है. Then we could see that individual social and emotional skills and attributes which plays a great role in securing mental health. So today government is taking many more number of steps. So इसीलिए in 2015, the government of India carried out the National Health Mental Survey to assess the prevalence of mental health in the country. And the report showed mental disorders at 10.6% above 18 years old, 16% above the productive age group of 30 to 49 years, and lifetime morbidity affecting 150 million people with 1% reporting high suicidal risks. ओके, तो उसी के बेसिस पे यहाँ पे बोला गया है कि लाइक टुडे द वर्ल्ड मेंटल हेल्थ डे व्हिच इज ऑब्जर्व्ड ऑन 10th October every day with the overall objective of raising awareness of the mental health issues. So WHO's comprehensive mental action plan, which goes from 2013 to around 2020, was also adopted by the 66th World Health Assembly. Okay, so therefore today the suicide prevention is a global priority and includes द सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल ऑफ 3.4। तो आज एसडीजी 3.4 के तहत क्या आता है, ये सुसाइड प्रिवेंशन एसडीजी में आता है। So today, even the government of India is directly coming up with this NMHP, that is the National Mental Health Program. Under that, we could see District Mental Health Program. Then we could see Mental Health Act, okay, 2017, which guarantees every affected person's access to mental health care and treatment from services run or funded by the government. Then we can see the Kiran Helpline, 24/7 helpline, to deal and support with people facing anxiety, stress, depression, suicidal thoughts, and other mental health concerns. Also, Manodarpan Initiative, which is an initiative of Ministry of Education, aim to provide psychological support to students, family members, and teachers for their mental health and well-being during the time of COVID-19 pandemic. Also, Manas mobile app, that is Mental Health and Normalcy Augmentation System, Manas. So this app is to promote mental well-being across age group. So Manas was endorsed as a national program by the Prime Minister's Science, Technology and Innovation Advisory Council, which is known as PMSTIAC. ओके तो उसी के बेसिस पे यहाँ पे सिंस हम लोग के बहुत बड़ा चैलेंजेस है, क्योंकि आज हम लोग का जो पब्लिक हेल्थ बर्डन है वो बहुत ज्यादा है। 150 million people is a huge people, okay, huge amount. Also, we have got lack of resources because low proportion of mental health workforce is presently available in our country. So per 1 lakh population, we have got around 0.3 psychiatrists, 0.12 nurses, psychologists around 0.07 and social workers around 0.07. तो सोच सकते हो आज कि कैसे हम लोग का यहाँ पे lack of resource है। Okay, so therefore today we have to see about that people has got lack of awareness, people has got they are prone to abuse. तो ये सब हम लोग को देखना पड़ेगा by increasing resources, by increasing awareness. Okay, for example, even the Leave, Love, Laugh Foundation, which aims to reduce the stigma, spread awareness, and change the way we look towards mental health. So even the ASHA, the ANMs, the mid auxiliary wife, so AWDU centers, so all they can prevent some of the mental health problems by community partnerships. Okay, so therefore creating some of the awareness as well as making some of the good service delivery, we could see about the mental health policies or this mental health system slowly and slowly getting better in our country. Okay, so that we could reduce it to a greater extent amongst the people who are can turn in the future basically to be an asset better than a liability. Okay, so this is all with this respective editorial. So we have this 5 narrow MCQs. Please do attempt these MCQs and do join our Telegram as well as WhatsApp channel for further updates. Also do join at 8:45 p.m. sharp for the last 25 years solve question papers that will be helpful for you in the upcoming APSC prelims. Okay, so we'll meet by next Tuesday since we have got a holiday of Sakranti as well as Bihu. So I wish you happy Bihu you to all. Okay, so please enjoy and don't forget studying. Okay, so see ya by next Tuesday. Thank you and Jai Hind.